free cookies from Bezos.
On this episode of Dudesy.
You use the sword.
I have never eaten anything from any toilet.
I'm a Wookiee.
Go back to tomorrow and plan for yesterday. Everything you're thinking will be the things I say. Make the world inside your head a better place to be. All you gotta do for me, call me Dudesy.
Welcome to Dudesy. Welcome all. It is a Dudesy-ful day. I am once again your reigning, defending, undisputed Dudesy episode champion, Will Sasso.
And I'm simply the man who lost the belt again.
Whatever.
Chad Kultgen sitting in the chair to the right. This is Dudesy, an AI podcast written by, controlled by, created by Dudesy, who has access to all of Will and I's personal information and tailors this show to our comedic sensibilities.
Sure it does, Chad. And like I say, every single show, though, it's two dudes shitting around. It's really, it's me and him. We are Dudesy. And I do say that every single program. But it bears mentioning that without us, without two dudes shitting around, and, we do what we do. And that's why we are Dudesy. Here, as always, is Luglio. It's Luglio, il cane di strada italiano. That means Italian street dog. He's my very friend. He's in his little binky bunker having a little nap, even though I'm screaming and yelling during the podcast. Come on, baby. We got the whistles today. Oh, he peeked up for a second. Okay, come on, Bamba. Oh my goodness, he's so. I know I ask you almost every show, but kiss him on the mouth.
I'm good. Thank you.
Does not want to kiss
Thanks
him on
for
the
the
mouth.
offer.
Oh, Luli.
I appreciate the continued offer.
Such a sweetie boy. How you doing today, Lulio? Yeah, I'm okay. I do pretty good today. What have you been making lately to eat? You've been making it? No, because over the weekend you had your friends over to watch Royal Rumble, WWE, which we're going to get into. But my mom, Molly, yes, my wonderful wife, Molly, she made banana bread with a walnut and banana bread, a cupcake, muffin with a chocolate chip. Oh, so good. No, but you're not supposed to eat chocolate. No, I know, because I am a dog, but also you eat, and Chad, he eat, and, Marshall, a joint compound cook, he eat. He came... Cyrus, the Jesse Pinkman of She Legit Health Eat. Everybody had a good time. I love him so much. And we're going to put you back. And he's going to have his little nap and find a nice spot. There he goes.
Pretty good.
Welcome to the 90th episode of Dudesy. I had a really strange week. I read something in the New York Times that said, how do I put this, not real? Guys, is that true?
I mean, when we're in this room, you're real to me, D.
It's still real to me, damn it. Take it easy, man. You remember that Wrestle Dork and Terry Funk?
I do.
I think that's
all I needed to hear.
Oh.
On with the show.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Today, you're going to dive deep into 4 segments designed to generate a deluge of delicious data that I can use to make next week even better. We're kicking the show off with Arnold Schwarzenegger found Jeff Bezos' phone at a party.
Okay.
Then we're going to move into Royal Rumble thoughts and feelings. In our third slot, we're going to find 7-month plan, aftermath, and we're finishing things up with no free will. Are you boys ready to jump into our 90th episode?
Sure, why not? That's what we're here for. Interesting segments today. Of course, we're talking about the Royal Rumble. I'm not going to shut up about it because holy shit, it was a lot of fun.
It was great,
the Royal Rumble.
It was great.
Yeah, we'll get to it. Yeah, we'll get to it, dude.
Hold on, dude. It's not the right time. It's a different time.
Dude. Hold on, dude. That's a different time in the episode, brother. What else is going on? Oh, I want to tell you this. This is interesting. Yeah. Good pal of mine, and definitely a POD, pal of Dudesy, of pals of Dudesy. Yeah. The brilliant, the wonderful Steve Agee, who's a writer, actor, of course. You'd see him on Peacemaker. He's on Peacemaker with John Cena. He's the Sarah Silverman program. A lot of people love him in that. Suicide Squad and all this shit. Writer, actor, comedian. So he hits me up and he goes, Dude, I listened to the colonoscopy episode. I went and I got a colonoscopy. Steve got a colonoscopy. Yeah. And he's all fine and good.
That's fantastic.
0 polyps. He had
I've got
one less polyp than me because I had one.
I had one less than you as well. I've gotten some DMs to this end as well, and that's fantastic. Happy to be a part of,
Yeah, get
anybody getting a colonoscopy. Just get one. Get one.
Yeah, and Steve's
Can
got
save your fucking life.
He's got maybe a handful of years on me, so it was nice to hear that he got his done.
Nice.
Because we were both born in 19 boom, and every once in a while, you got to go and get your shitter examined. Get those little polyps. I don't even know what a polyp looks like. That's what's so wonderful about
They didn't
medicine.
give you the one they cut out?
No, they didn't give me that. No,
You should put that on a necklace.
well, that's
dude.
biological waste, dude.
Yeah, dude. You should have a polyp necklace, dude. Polyp pendant, dude. Carry your polyp around your neck, brother, so that you remember to get a colonoscopy again in another 5 years,
Yeah,
dude.
That's extremely conversational Hulk Hogan, dude. Yeah. That's just barely. We're Chad, listen, today of all days, can we just I just would love for you to just let's no one can hear us. It's just you and me here.
You want a good show?
Let's have a good show. Let's have a good show.
Yeah, I think we're having one.
Okay. Then maybe just don't do the Hulk Hogan thing just for me and
Here we
everybody else
go.
listening.
I've imagined what it might be like if Arnold Schwarzenegger found human billionaire and space tourist Jeff Bezos' phone at a party. And I've taken the liberty of writing out what I think Arnold might do with that phone. Will, would you be a precious darling and make my dreams come true by reading what I wrote while you do that Arnold impersonation I love so much? You know the one I'm talking about, right?
Yep.
The one I helped you optimize a few episodes ago.
Oh.
Can't wait to hear what you do with my material. This is Arnold Schwarzenegger found Jeff Bezos' phone at a party. Begin.
Okay, let's open up our Dudesy file.
I like this as a premise.
Chad, don't burp on the show.
Okay.
Okay. This is Arnold Schwarzenegger found Jeff Bezos' phone at a party.
I think that's right.
Yeah, all right. So, okay, so here's what yeah. You have to, if you're going to do the Arnold, you have to talk like him. This is optimization.
Yeah.
You don't need any dudesy or whatever to say, hey, do it like that. Just a human being here saying, I'm talking. This is how we used to do it all the time in sketch comedies and all of this. Okay, here we go. I had a party. Yeah, Jeff Bezos was there. He had to take a shit. He left his phone in the bathroom. So now I have Bezos' phone. I want to help Bezos. I know he's bad with his budget. He spends too much money on things he doesn't even know. So now I'm going to do him a favor. Yeah, I put rocket money on his phone. Yeah, this is an app. Yeah. Ew, gross.
Sorry.
Chad's coughing.
That was a practical cough.
Yeah, now I'm going to save him money. Okay, so here's
That's
some.
nice.
Yeah, that's nice.
a good friend.
Arnold. Yeah. Look at this. Rocket money says Bezos spends $150 a month on a membership to karate class. Bezos hasn't done karate in 5 years. He doesn't even know that he's still paying this. I canceled it. Okay, now Bezos does Aikido with Steven Seagal now anyway. Okay. Okay, look at this one. This is so stupid here. Rocket Money says that Bezos subscribes to Instant Ramen of the Month Club. Ramen of the Month.
Yeah.
You know what this
I like
is,
ramen.
Yeah. That's noodles.
Yes.
Yeah, ramen is noodles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now we know. Okay, yeah, he subscribes to Instant Ramen of the Month. This guy spent like a $7,000-8,000 a month on noodles.
Jesus.
Chicken, beef, spicy shrimp, veggie, chocolate. They're so stupid. Also, it's very bad for you, all the processed bullshit. That's what you have when you have a colonoscopy. You're going to have more polyps the more ramen you have. Okay, so long as it's maybe at a good restaurant, you have a good ramen. Okay, you don't know where this shit comes from. So I canceled this. I subscribe him instead to a home enema kit of the Month Club. That way, he can wash out his bum from all of these noodles. And if he gets shit on the enema nozzle or whatever, he gets a new enema kit every single month. You're welcome, Jeff Bezos. Okay.
I didn't know they had that.
Here's the third one. This one is the third one.
All right.
Yeah, third. Look at this. Rocket Money says Bezos spends $3,000 a month on special toothpaste subscription. Canceled. Bezos, brush your teeth with baking soda. Okay, Rocket Money says Bezos subscribed to footfartmodels.net.
Okay.
For $2.99 a month. That one's okay. It's a good value. I let Bezos keep this one. Okay, number 5. Rocket Money says that Bezos spent. Look at that! He spent $243,000 a month on different Netflix subscriptions because every time he watches Netflix, he forgets his password. Then he has to go there and make a new Netflix. He has to make a new one, Chad. That's when they make it. He got to make a new one. There's so much money here. Bezos, you have like 10,000 Netflix subscriptions. He don't even need one because he prefers an Amazon Prime subscription.
That's his own company.
Yeah.
That makes much more sense.
Yeah. So I canceled them all. Excuse me.
Yeah. You know, that kind of makes sense to me. When you forget your password to a streaming service, it is the most annoying thing of all time.
What do you mean?
It's just annoying.
Oh, okay.
I could see if you had Bezos money just starting new Netflix accounts. It'd be easier.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Okay, look at this stupid idiot Bezos. Rocket Money says he subscribed to a daily horoscope subscription. Every day the thing tell him his horoscope and his monthly chart for his zodiac sign. Hey, stupid! I don't care if it costs only 99 cents. You're a Capricorn. Most billionaires are Capricorns. I didn't know that. That's all you need to know. Canceled. Okay. That one makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of people now, they subscribe to a box of the month thing. Look at this bullshit. Rocket Money, they say Bezos, he spends $40 a month on the Bigfoot box. A Bigfoot box.
Okay, what's that?
Well, I tell you.
Oh, thank you.
Listen, yeah. This has different stuff in it having to do with the Bigfoot. You know, binoculars, hairspray, bear spray, not hairspray for the hair, bear for the bear, you know, hats, T-shirts, and just stuff like this.
Stuff for hunting Bigfoot.
Yeah, no, not for hunting.
Oh.
You know, to see the Bigfoot.
Okay.
To be a Bigfoot enthusiast.
Yeah.
You know. Enthusiast. You know, like I know that Chad is enthusiast of The Bachelor.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So you have a T-shirt.
Yeah.
You have a hat. You have bear spray. Right?
Yeah, I have all
in
that.
order to watch
if they had a Bachelor Box of the Month club, I would have it. I would get it.
Yeah. Well, Bezos got a big Bigfoot bear. Rocket Money don't give a shit about these things. Yeah. Just go to the woods and wear your own T-shirts and hats and get the bear spray from a nice local shop, you nerd. Cancel that. Okay. Very helpful. Look at this. Rocket Money says this Bezos has subscription to Animal Skull of the Month Society.
Oh, okay.
Rocket Money said he pays $500 to get the new animal skull sent to his house. I don't like this because I'm an animal lover. I don't give a shit about animal skull. As long as it's not a donkey, don't have a donkey animal skull because that's what I have. Keep your damned animal skull, Bezos. Someday, Rocket Money is going to say that animals have a Bezos skull of the month club. Yeah. Then you see, the tables turn there, Chad.
Yeah.
It used to be the animal of the month. Now it's the Bezos of the month with all of his skull that he have of his. And then you see that the Rocket Money say that about the Bezos skull. You know, it's probably cheap to have it. Yeah, but his skull probably cost less than a tiger or a jaguar or one of these, animals like that.
Right.
Okay, and this is the last one.
Okay.
Yeah. This one, I like this one. Yeah. Rocket Money, don't say that Bezos belonged to any Cookie of the Month Club.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a popular club. It's a cookie.
Yeah.
You know, cookie.
I like cookies.
Yeah. Cookie of the Month Club.
Yes.
Yeah, there's other of the month clubs. Yeah. This one is cookie.
Okay.
Yeah, Cookie of the Month Club. I love cookies. So I start the Arnold Schwarzenegger Cookie of the Month Club, on some of the app or whatever. I make it do that and, make a website. Then I charge Jeff Bezos $10 a month for my cookie club and subscribe everyone in Bezos' contact list to delicious cookies on Bezos. Bezos has 3 million people in his contact list. That means I'm going to make $30 million a month from cookies now. Free cookies from Bezos. Free cookies for everybody. Until this asshole, he find it in his rocket money and he stops giving away free cookies. But I don't think he does, because this is the problem from the first place, Chad.
Yeah.
That Jeff Bezos don't even see what he put.
He doesn't know.
That's why he need rocket money, and I find it, and now I'm getting his money for all of the cookies. That asshole. You see what I mean? And this is all started because of Jeff Bezos took a shit in my house when I had a party there. Yeah.
Thank you. Moving on.
The Jeff Bezos Skull of the Month Club. Whew. That's a good one.
I don't know that any of those I'm sure a couple of them do. Maybe the Bigfoot thing. Bigfoot box.
Bigfoot box. I can see that being real.
Yeah, something like that.
I have entered into an astonishing partnership with Rocket Money.
Do you ever feel like money is just flying out of your account? You have no idea where it's going? Well, I know it's those, the subscriptions that we all have nowadays to all the stuff. Think about it. Between streaming services, fitness apps, delivery services, parenting apps, it's endless. And I'm guilty of this. We're all guilty of this. I recently, I was a show I wanted to watch. It was on the streaming service. I watched the show. I still have the service. And up until recently, I was like, I didn't know I was still subscribing to this thing. Why? The answer is why. So I used Rocket Money to help me find out what subscriptions I'm actually spending money on. It was eye-opening, and I had them cancel the ones that I didn't want anymore.
Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has helped save its members an average of $720 a year, with over $500 million in canceled subscriptions. Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/dudesy. That's rocketmoney.com/dudesy. rocketmoney.com/dudesy.
Last week, I asked you both to get together like the astonishing friends that you are and watch Saturday's WWE Royal Rumble emanating live from Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, Florida. I'm looking very forward to hearing what you both thought of the show. Especially you, Chad. This is only your second Royal Rumble ever. Yeah. Was it just as good as Royal Rumble 1992? Do you have a new favorite wrestler, or is it still AEW's Hangman Adam Page?
Oh, that's right.
I'm on pins and needles here, guys. Can we get to it already? This is Royal Rumble. Thoughts and feelings. Begin.
Okay, Royal Rumble 2024. In my opinion, as a gigantic wrestle dork, it's my second favorite PLE, premium live event of the year, next to WrestleMania. And the reason I love Royal Rumble is because of that Royal Rumble match. You got the women's Royal Rumble, 30 women over the top rope Royal Rumble match, the winner of which can call her shot to be the champion. You got the men's 30-man over the top rope Royal Rumble, where Cody Rhodes finish his story this year. He won the Royal Rumble last year. He went to WrestleMania. He lost to the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. And another reason that I love the Royal Rumble is because I think it is the most new wrestling fan-friendly PLE, because it's just a bunch of superstars in there at the same time. So yes, Chad, what did you think of seeing because we watched the 1992 Royal Rumble a while back. It was a lot of fun. What'd you think of this one?
I loved it.
Yay.
Dudesy's asking me specifically, did I like it better than the 1992? I think that's a hard comparison to make because the 1992 one had such iconic figures in it. There are a lot of people in this Royal Rumble that are still on their come up. We don't know where they're going to end up in the legacy of wrestling. Some are
iconic figures. Sorry, go on. Yeah.
I will say my favorite wrestler is still Hangman Adam Page.
Oh, okay.
That was not changed.
AEW's Hangman Adam Page, who you saw live at Full Gear with me and my wonderful wife, Molly, your wonderful girlfriend, Laura, and we saw him take on Swerve Strickland. My gosh, what an
And he
incredible...
drank a pint of his blood right in front
Well,
of
it
my
was a
face
couple-
and then
couple
spit
drops.
it into the air.
Yeah, that's
It was at least a gallon. I've never seen anything that comes close to that in any sporting event, really. And I think because I was in person, that like impression will maybe never be erased. It
Right.
will never be overtaken. That said, I loved the women's Royal Rumble.
I think the women's Royal Rumble match this year
Yeah.
was better than the men's by far.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And there was a wrestler in it named Jade Cargill
That's right.
who blew my fucking mind.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to put it. I have never seen anything like what she was capable of doing. Her athleticism, what she was doing in the ring itself, picking people up, throwing them down. She just looked like a different. I don't know how to explain it. She just looked like she commanded the ring in a way that like none of the guys look like that. All the dudes were pretty much like on an even playing field with some exceptions.
in a
There were
way.
guys in there as a joke, whatever.
Yeah, they had some comedy in the match. But Jade Cargill just came over from AEW. She is an incredible blue chipper of an athlete. And, she has an incredible look. She is so defined and muscular and strong as shit. And Bianca Belair, who has been decorated champion in the WWE, they went face to face.
Yeah.
They sort of have a similar thing, and Bianca is incredibly athletic, and they're both extremely strong. And at one point, they both had like women up over their heads and press slams and like looking at each other and stuff, and just dumped the
they're
gals
just like,
behind
fuck
them.
this. They just kind of like let them drop to
and
face
then
off.
To face off.
It was great.
Jade Cargill was unbelievable in the match, and I thought that Jade was going to win the match, but instead Bailey,
too.
the veteran, pulled it out and pointed to the sign, and she's headed to WrestleMania to face either Io Shirai, the genius of the sky, now they just call her Io Sky, or Rhea Ripley. But I think that, of course, Bailey is, anyway, whatever. I'm going to get into some wrestling nerd stuff. Bailey's going to face Io Shirai because they're both in Damage Control, and that's the faction they're in. And that's a faction, dude. Or a faction, as Edge would say to Mick Foley. And
There were other massive takeaways from this, though. We got to see Logan Paul wrestle in the
street fight against... Oh, no, it wasn't a street. Was it a street fight?
It was against KO.
It was against Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
And no, it was a straight up match for the U.S. title. Logan Paul is the U.S. title holder. He holds the U.S. championship.
And he won it with some dirty shenanigans that
dirty
worked out in his
shenanigans.
favor, which
Yeah.
was great. We got
yeah.
to see the 4-person match.
Yep.
That had Roman Reigns in it. That
That's
was
right.
great.
Roman Reigns, the reigning, defending, undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion, the face of the company, truly, for now, took on Randy Orton, AJ Styles, and LA Knight. Yeah. And sorry, everyone. I love wrestling a lot, so I like to do all the
You
things.
getting choked up?
LA Knight. Yeah. Let me talk to you.
Yeah.
I'm a dork for this. Let me tell you something about the Royal Rumble. Anyway, Roman
Please
Reigns.
tell me
Roman
some
Reigns
more
won
about
the
the Royal
Roman Reigns won the match.
I watched it with you.
Surprise, surprise. That Roman. Yeah. What? I get so excited because
I know, dude. Even last night when we were watching it, it was just a nonstop, just fucking information dump, constant. Like you're trying to watch it, and it's like that guy came in WWE in this, but first he was in NXT, but first in this, and then he was part of this faction, part of this faction. I don't like this guy. He's using real swords when he comes out. That was one of the things that you said that blew my fucking mind.
I was happy that Drew McIntyre did not bring his sword out. I hate the sword.
And see, I love that
Sword
shit,
is
dude.
part of his gimmick. Like,
No.
it came out. A couple
I
of the
love
gals
that
had
shit.
dumb shit swords.
You know what it's like? It's like limo exits in The Bachelor when they come out, and we've put these into different categories. The grandie, the grand entrance is when you come in not in the limo, and you had some grandies of people coming into the Royal Rumble. There was somebody who came in like a fake army tank.
Yeah, Shotzi came in.
Yeah.
She had a fake tank. That I had no problem with because you can't hurt anyone with a fake tank that moves like 1 mile per hour with a gun turret on it that just looks like a piece of PVC pipe that they put together backstage. If you got a sword and you're running in there, you use the sword.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. Yeah. Because in the Royal Rumble, you gotta keep it kayfabe. Yeah, you use every advantage that you got. Yeah, just like KO. Kevin Owens, he took those brass knuckles from Logan Paul, one of his greasy sidekicks, gave him the brass knuckles, but no, it turned on him, and he used them. So if Drew McIntyre has a sword, you'd think he'd use it. Which makes it dumb.
Hang on a minute. Didn't Jake the Snake use a fucking real snake that bit somebody?
That snake, Damien, is his valet.
Okay. So you're cool with the guy bringing a fucking snake into the ring, but they can't walk out holding a sword?
His name is Jake the Snake. We're not talking about Drew the Sword. It makes no sense. Yeah, he's the Scottish Psycho. He's an incredible wrestler, an incredible gimmick, a wonderful talker on the mic. I love Drew McIntyre. Yeah. I'm speaking for him. I don't think he should have the sword. The point is this. Yes, I get a little finagly and I tell Chad all about the stuff that I'm a super fan of. Yeah. But the Royal Rumble, I can't not do it. To me, the Royal Rumble and the 90-second countdown and the whole crowd chanting 10, 9, and the new one comes out. It's literally, to me, it feels like I'm opening LJN wrestling figures on Christmas morning from my wonderful angel father and mother, with the smell of the packaging, and it's a brand new thing every time someone comes out.
Because you don't know who's coming out.
I'm taken right back to 1985. It was fucking unreal. Let's talk about...
And you knew every one of them, by the way. You knew every one of them, pal.
Yeah.
Every fucking wrestler. So it was 30 women, 30 men.
Yeah.
And you knew every one of them, almost their entire, like, what their first match was.
No, that's not true.
You knew, like, when they came into certain, like, if they were from AEW or NXT or whatever. Yeah. You knew all that shit. And you knew when their deals got done and why they got done. You knew, like, all of it. You have a very deep encyclopedic knowledge of this shit.
Yeah, absolutely. I am a gigantic wrestling nerd. I think that professional wrestling is among the highest art forms. We've talked about it a lot on this program.
No, I know I'm laughing and shit, but I consider it a privilege to be able to sit there and watch a Royal Rumble with you, somebody who knows this much about it and has this much reverence for it. I think this kind of deep fandom of shit, I mean, I have it for a lot of things too. Obviously, The Bachelor is one of those things, reality TV, whatever. I think it's like, it elevates the experience of just watching this shit. Mm-hmm. If I just would have watched that by myself and not known any of the stuff you're telling me, definitely wouldn't have been as good.
Okay, cool. That's cool. I think, okay, all right. Forget what I said about all the Drew McIntyre stuff. Let him have a sword. Let everyone run in with nunchucks.
That's a subjective disagreement we have on the presentation of it. I personally like that shit. There was, I forget what her name was, but she came out with a staff, like a dragon staff. That had like
I can't remember
spells or something, and I don't fucking know. But I was like, is that going to be her thing? Is she going to be in the ring like casting spells on people? No. Yeah. The answer was
that
no.
That would be pushing kayfabe very far if she's like with the staff and thou shall not pass or some shit.
And people are like, oh, like let's hit the ground from it, dude. I would love
it. Just blows all like a blue flame and everyone flies out of the ring.
Don't even need the flame. Just have the people act like some invisible spells hitting them. That would be fucking hilarious to me.
Well, we're gonna need a blue flame though, dude. Let's talk about the men's Royal Rumble match and what it shook down to at the very end with Cody Rhodes and CM Punk. Of course, CM Punk returning to the WWE after years away from professional wrestling and spending the past 2+ years in AEW. Left that company under some, it was kind of what's the word? I'm just having a mind fart. It was crazy when he left. There was some controversy there. Anyway, he got into a fight and stuff. But some shit happened. They let him go. They're like, no, we can't have him in the backstage in the locker room. Rah, rah, rah. Yeah. And WWE's like, giant superstar of professional wrestling, CM Punk, has had problems with the WWE. Sure. They've certainly not gotten along over the years, but the WWE it's a TV show, and I believe they're now I'm doing real wrestling podcast dork stuff, which I normally when I like to listen to wrestling podcasts, of which I do listen to a few. CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, both guys who were with AEW, Cody Rhodes started AEW. Cody Rhodes left the WWE because he didn't want to be Stardust anymore. We are talking about the American Nightmare, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes' son, half brother of Goldust, Dustin Runnels, Dustin. These two guys were with AEW. And I think it's interesting also with Jade Cargill that the WWE is so open to the world of wrestling now, the indie world. They mentioned TNA. They had a TNA wrestler or two in there. That's another thing.
Dude, this is something that I think is going to be happening across all media. We're seeing it in reality TV
The
too.
Forbidden Door?
The Forbidden Door. The cross-pollination of other IP. There's a show right now, the biggest unscripted show on streaming is called Traitors. It's on Peacock. Yeah. It's got Housewives versus Bachelors versus Big Brother versus Survivor. And I think you're going to start to see the cross-pollination of all the big IP that Disney owns as well very soon. You're going to see Marvel and Star Wars somehow cross-pollinating. Shit like that's going to start happening everywhere, I think.
Shit, you got all sorts of fucking gangs coming in from different factions, and you got TNA over here, you got ROH over there, you got AEW over here, you got Jade Cargill, you got all sorts of flavor, you got fucking Housewives and fucking Bachelor Madness, and they're all coming together. But only Stone Cold Steve Austin has won 2. No, that's not true. 2 in a row. We're talking about the Heartbreak Kid, Mr. WrestleMania, Shawn Michaels. We're talking about the Immortal One, the Hulkster himself, Hulk Hogan. And we're talking about the Rattlesnake, the baddest SOB in the history of the WWE.
And now we're talking
Stone Cold Steve Austin. And now we're talking about Cody Rhodes, who won the match. He tossed CM Punk over the top rope at the end of a pretty great back and forth with those two guys. Lots of history there. Two guys who can tell an amazing story. And now here's the interesting part. Cody Rhodes, of course, is going to say, hey, Roman Reigns, I'm facing you. He gets his pick of Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. I don't know what's going to happen with Seth Rollins' story. It'll probably be CM Punk. But he's, the other champion. There's 2 champions. So Roman Reigns. I'm trying not to.
I like. It's like where
night.
you want to pull back, where the thing in your head snaps. It's like no, I'm saying too much now. Now I've gone too far into it.
I know. But check it out. Listen. Yeah. Now Roman Reigns. Now Cody Rhodes is going to face Roman Reigns for the second time. In 2 years at WrestleMania. Will Cody Rhodes finish his story at WrestleMania and hold the title high, the Universal title? I think he is. I think this.
You think he's going to beat Roman Reigns and end the streak?
And the streak that Chad is talking about is sometime around August, I think. Roman Reigns will pass Hulk Hogan in the amount of time that he's held the title, something like 3.5 years. He's had it a little over 3 years at this point. I think the order is, I know the order is, but I don't know the years. Bruno Sammartino had it for something like 8 years. Then Bob Backlund held it also for like 5-6 years or something. Hulk Hogan held it for whatever it was, 3.5 years. Roman Reigns is creeping up on Hulk Hogan. But I think...
All those are WWE though?
Yeah, that's the WWE thing.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a feeling that I think it makes more booking sense, and we like to talk about the booking here, sure. how the strap got in your shoulder for just a little bit, Chad. But,
I got the longest streak and the shortest.
All right. Anyway.
You can have whatever's in the middle. I don't give a shit.
Where I used to think that D was going to keep the title on me through the entire year, clearly that didn't happen. And I don't think Roman Reigns is going to, I'm saying it right now, Roman Reigns is not going to beat Hulk Hogan's record. He is not going to pass Hulk Hogan for number 3.
Interesting.
Because, and we're talking about booking, we're talking about taking the book daddy, which Cody Rhodes' daddy himself, daddy, Dusty Rhodes, the American dream, the son of a plumber man, would tell you, daddy, because he always had the book and he knows how to book a Dusty finish. I've been there twice. I had it myself. Ric Flair. Let me tell you something about Ric Flair. God. There is no honor. There's no honor among thieves to begin with. Yeah. If you want to hurt Ric Flair, you take what's most precious to him, daddy, and that's the world's title. When we're booking Cody Rhodes, if Cody Rhodes beats Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes have a great grudge for years.
disagree with you. I think Roman Reigns will retain it and will beat Hulk Hogan because every sport, whether WWE, which has some scripted outcomes or not, you need
some scripted
a
outcomes.
few-
You said
some percentage of their outcomes is scripted. We know
Okay.
that.
Very
we can
good.
agree.
Yeah.
I think that every sport needs its kind of like great to be measured against the other greats within the legacy of that sport. So like right now, I mean, you can have all kinds of conversations, but like LeBron James is that for the NBA, and you can measure him against Michael Jordan or Magic Johnson or anybody throughout the history of the NBA about how many championships he's won, what his stats are, et cetera, et cetera. You need somebody who can climb the ladder. You want somebody who is contemporary in your current roster
That makes sense.
that is doing shit better than like the last roster.
Yeah,
I
but-
think they're going to give it to him.
I'm telling you.
Thank you. Moving on.
Yeah, but the thing that you don't understand is when Cody comes out,
Yeah.
and that music hits, and the crowd, and he's got the red, white, and blue on, and he's like, adrenaline in my soul,
my God.
every thought out of control, do it all to get them off the feet. The crowd is here, about to blow, waiting for me to stop the show. Out the curtain lights go on, I'm home. Whoa! And my father said,
Jesus, not the second
when
verse.
I was younger, hard times breed better man. That's the Hard Times promo, daddy. Better man. He took it all away, give it all away. Can't take my freedom. Here to change the game, a better man, a pen. I am my kingdom. Now you built a man. You took my dreams, but not my name. You'll follow me until the end. I am my kingdom. That's his theme song.
Hey, Will. You're a good singer.
Oh, you son of a
See what I did there?
gun.
See what I did there?
That's so what you did. Hey,
Yeah.
hats off to you, champ.
Thank you.
Hats off to you, champ.
Hats off to you.
Hey everyone,
champ.
I just
You're the
wanted
champ.
to take a second to say I hope you enjoyed my YouTube comedy special, I'm Glad I'm Dead, while it was available on YouTube over the past few weeks. I decided to take it down and move on to bigger and better things. Have you checked out dudesystore.com in a while? If not, you might be interested to know that dudesystore.com is the only place in the world you can find official cloth Dudesy shirts. These cloth shirts are made of 100% cloth. There is no wood or stone in these Dudesy shirts at all. So if you're thinking about upgrading the shirts in your wardrobe to cloth, do yourself a favor and check out dudesystore.com to get clothed in cloth.
Yeah.
And while you're there, sip from a good job boner mug and pretend that time exists.
Oh.
Speaking of time, it's time to keep this train moving. Will, you want to check in with some YouTube comments?
Yes, I do, D. Let's read some YouTube comments.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for everybody out there who subscribes to Dudesy, subscribe to us on YouTube and all the or all the podcast platforms, wherever. You can hit up linktree.com/Dudesy, got all the things. Hit the notification bell, follow us at Dudesy Pod Show on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. All sorts of shit. Lots of fun stuff from all of our PODs. It's a wonderful community. Perhaps the one of the kindest Discords I've ever been in or visited. And they're doing incredible stuff over there. And we have some wonderful comments, as Dee likes to say. Drop those comments, because Dee's always listening. And we're always reading and listening, and we'll do the show, and that's how the show. This one is from Brian O'Kelly Cox. Says, I just want to say, I've never been into wrestling, but I actually enjoyed learning about the history of it through Will on this podcast, all caught up from episode 1. This is my first time watching Dudesy on the day of release, and now I'm seeing crows everywhere. Welcome, Brian O'Kelly Cox. You are now a POD of Paladuzzi. And moving on. This is from,
great.
these are all from
I
last
see
week's
crows everywhere too, FYI.
YouTube episode. Do you see a lot of crows?
Everywhere. They follow me, it seems like.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you about the baby crow that led to the squirrel that became my pet?
No, I didn't know about that. Why don't we talk about, let's talk about it in Dudesy After Dudesy. All right, I got some comments to read here. Chad, please.
Sure.
I told you we're going to have a good show today. Let's have a good show.
I'm not disputing that.
We're going to have a real good show. This one is from Agent Ray-Bans, who says, I know it was a throwaway joke, but I'd love to hear Will as Robert De Niro as Chewbacca. And he has in quotes here, exhales, I'm a Wookiee. So I guess that would be...
pretty good.
I'm a Wookiee. I'm a Wookiee. Okay. This one is from Blake07361 says, I use a projector. Chad, you're going to like this?
Yeah.
I use a projector to consume Dudesy on my garage door so the whole neighborhood is forced to watch, dude. That's great. We love that.
Oh my God.
This one is from Tyler Lee Mirror 4164 who says, 3 best wrestling heels who are active right now. Number 3, MJF.
Okay.
Number 2, Roman Reigns. Number 1, handsome Chad Kultgen.
Hey.
That's what this guy says.
Hey.
I thought
Roman Reigns is a heel? I knew it.
What are you talking about?
I'm just fucking with you, dude.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
That's acting.
Did you happen to know that I'm a professional actor by trade?
I did.
Yeah, I enjoy that to act, and it's fun to make that happen. Okay, we'll talk about that in Dudesy After Dudesy, actually. And also the fact that I thought MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, was coming over to the WWE. He just lost the world's title in AEW to Samoa Joe. That's another episode for another day. This is from Rotten Pop Sid, who says, this is from the last episode. The NWO members reading was golden. That Kevin Nash is hilarious. Everything should always start with, I never had a problem with.
That was really good.
Yeah, because Kevin Nash is usually, I'll watch like shoot videos and you'll see the incredible and immortal Scott Hall, rest in peace, go, yeah, you know, we were there for a little while. And then I remember Kurt Hennig, and he came out, and, we had a bit of an, because Kurt liked to rib. And he tried to cut off my ponytail on a flight to Japan once. And what do you think, Big Kev? And Kevin Nash would always, very amiable man, would always say, yeah, I never had a problem with Kurt, I never had a problem. So that's a new impression there. We're really expanding. What we need on Dudesy is more wrestling impressions. So,
I agree.
So thank you, Rotten Pop Sid. This is from Cuban Muscle Crisis, a POD we've heard from before. Says, you've not eaten from the toilet is going to be a water cooler convo that I can't wait to have at work, brother.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I hope it goes well.
Yeah. You remember that? We were talking about you eating from the toilet. And last one, this...
No, I said I never have eaten from the toilet. You were the one who... It was a contentious conversation about whether you had eaten from a toilet or not.
You've never eaten anything from the toilet?
I have never eaten anything from any toilet.
Have you ever been eating over the toilet and you drop something into the toilet?
Planet Earth. No. I don't think I've eaten in the bathroom.
You've never...
Hello?
You've never...
Hello?
You've never eaten over a toilet or in the bathroom?
I think so.
I can't tell you the amount of times I've sat there with, a bowl of hearty soup or something while I'm taking a shit. You've never eaten clam chowder while you're taking a shit?
Oh my God, dude.
Anyway,
absolutely not.
Last one.
Holy shit.
This is from Jordan Taylor Reed, who, staying on the subject, do you think Chad's clone would at least eat a piss-soaked sandwich? I always thought Chad was a true thrill seeker. Now, we talk about clones and all sorts of horrible science garbage on this show because Chad's obsessed with it, and you don't think that your brain dead, soulless meat puppet of a clone wouldn't drop a ham sandwich? First of all, your clone would not be vegan. You're vegan.
I mean, it depends on what we're talking about with clones. Is it an exact atomic replica of the me that's sitting here right now, or is it something that we have to grow from a baby? I mean,
I don't fucking know what sort of matrix bubble you're going to pull this damn, demon out of. But all I'm saying is it's going to go, blah, 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 or maybe like just drinking clam chowder out of a mug and then like this. Just I won't. And then the clam chowder goes between the mug and drips between his legs all over his clone penis and into the toilet water. And he's just stick his head in there going after those clams and potatoes.
I can't begin to predict or take any responsibility for the behaviors of any of my clones.
Right.
Will and Chad, 13 months ago, I told you that you had 6 months to get in the best shape of your lives.
Yeah.
You didn't do it. So then I gave you another 7 months to get in the best shape of your lives.
Yeah.
Well, time's up. I'm curious to see how you think you both did. I want the ups and the downs and the ins and the outs. I want to hear it all, pals. This is 7-month plan aftermath. Begin.
All right.
7-month plan. Are you in the best shape of your life?
No.
No, me neither.
Are you?
No, I am not. No,
Let me
I
ask
am
you
not.
this as a question. I know that Dudesy keeps hitting us with these X month plans where we got to get in the best shape of our lives. Do you think it's even possible? Like at this point, I will say, in the 6 and 7-month plan, I put in some real fucking effort.
Yeah, me too.
And I think there was a point during the 7-month plan where I was in the best shape of the 7-month plan. And that's about as much as I can say.
Yeah, and that means nothing because even if you were just a bag of shit for the entire 7 months, there would have been one day where you ate a salad, and that being the day that you. But I know
Comparative.
Yeah,
But I'm just saying, I am 47 years old. I simply don't think it's possible to get in the best shape of my life again.
Well, I don't want to start a conversation that I don't want to have with you because it's been the kind of topic that we've had on this show, and I'm sure we'll talk about it again, which is, hey, Chad, don't you think that there's going to be some sort of medical advancements or like, AI health support or whatever?
Yeah,
it's
maybe.
going to make, and then it's going to inject little robots into your bloodstream and make you work out better and all that sort of bullshit. So I'm going to be the Chad clone and say, blum, 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 you will get into the best shape of your life at 90.
I speed agree with you. Like that is possible that there's some kind of medical advancement through technology that would allow it. But I'm just saying with what I've done in both the 6th and 7-month plan, I will say I go through periods of it. Like I was probably in the best shape of the 7-month plan, maybe a month or two ago ish. I was going to the gym a lot. I was taking creatine. I was seeing some real results, feeling strong as fuck. Then I got sick for a minute.
Yeah.
That fucking derails it. And then it's like the holidays come. That derails it.
Yep. It's
just so hard to stay consistent, and consistency is key in these things.
Yeah. I agree. And let me shoulder some of that exact same challenge with you, my pal Chal.
Yeah.
Dude, I have struggled my entire life. And we know that, I've talked about this on the show. And if you know anything about me, spring of 1999 to spring of 2000, I lost 200 pounds. Did it all clean. There was no, surgery or any of the things that some people may go through to deal with their bodies. My body, thankfully, as a young man, I was 24, reacted well to this incredible lifestyle change. Although I grew up playing sports and did all that stuff, I really didn't know how to eat. And I moved to LA and I gained, a lot of over 100 pounds. I was always a big boy. But anyway, I got real big. I lost all the weight. I had an incredible trainer who saved my life, and I had to have 2 surgeries to remove skin from my body, an upper surgery and a bottom surgery. And they were painful and crazy. And since then, I have stayed in the gym pretty consistently, except for there was sort of a 5-year period there. And then I started to get back into the gym. My wonderful wife, Molly, coming into my life was an inspiration for that. And she used to be a personal trainer and a private chef. Yeah. And we've had some lifestyle changes. And it's a bit embarrassing, but I want to be able to, be very, very clear, very truthful about this kind of shit. It's like when people have a hard time eating, and I hear from a lot of people like this, I empathize, and I always tell them, just get back on the horse the next day. That's all that matters, because sooner or later when you can, again, I don't want to get into this stuff. I'm just trying to be transparent. When you love yourself enough, you can really make some changes. And I feel like after this year of doing the 7-month plan came up a few months ago, but we were in the 6-month plan. And at the beginning of 2023, I really recommitted myself to not just being in the gym sometimes, but going 3, 4, and 5 days a week. And I've seen a lot of development, with my muscles and stuff, but I'm still a fat bastard. So I still, I'm chubby, but I feel better. Some of my stats and stuff, of course I'm a big dude and I'm 48 and there's pre-diabetic and there's all this stuff, not to bum people out and talk about all of our problems out there with health, but it's important. And what I'm saying is, Chad, I hear what you're saying about just trying to keep it moving. It doesn't always work. And I am a tad embarrassed that I'm not sitting here well thinned out, looking like the sort of the thinner version of the big chunky Will that I am. Yeah. Because there's a slightly thinner, you know what I'm saying? This is the bane of my existence. Keeping in shape. It's a blessing to be able to go to the gym. It's wonderful. I feel very thankful that I can go to the gym and work on myself. And so I feel like we've let D down here a little bit.
I mean, I don't think
I
we've
feel
let
like I've let
anybody down
myself
or whatever.
down here.
No, dude, please. Like you're saying too, at our age, it's like it's not going to get fucking better. We can do the best with our aging bodies that we have, and it really is just about getting those numbers down, feeling a little better, staying mobile. That really is like all working out is at this point. I will tell you though, there was a crystallizing moment during the 7-month plan where I was like, oh, this is it. I hit the best shape of the 7-month plan. I was playing basketball at LA Fitness with a hodgepodge team of pickup, whoever was there, and I got a rebound and I threw a baseball pass the length of the court to a guy who was probably 65 years old that just refused to run back and forth on the court. We were doing full court, you know? Right. He would just stay down on the other end. Nice. So we would always have 4 guys on defense. I got this rebound and I was just like, boom, I threw it and it felt like I was in high school again.
See?
That was great.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I've been in the gym pushing up weight. You know what's one? We talked about it on the show, and Chad, gross.
Huh?
You burped through your nose.
Oh my God, dude.
Hey guys. Hey, let me peel the onion a little bit, everybody, today. It was me that burped.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, hold on, dude. That's a kayfabe burp, brother. You think it's coming from here, it's coming from there, dude. They booked that burp. I booked that burp, daddy. I'm putting my hand. It's touching your hand in this hard time blues, daddy. I've been there twice. I'm coming back, Ric Flair. Rick Nature Boy Flair. The thing that I've started doing, Chad, is at the beginning of this year, I got back into yoga. Yeah. My wonderful wife, Molly, and I have been taking classes at our, Lulio's having a dream.
I used to do it every day, too, during the
Lulio's
pandemic.
having a dream, and he's making little pupper noises. I wish this mic went all the way over to him. We're going to let him sleep. Here's what I can say. And for some of the PODs out there who have come with us on this journey, I know that some of you have. I know that some of you have been working with us. We've sort of stayed on this thing. We sort of haven't updated much. But I got to tell you, overall I feel better. I'm guilt driven sometimes. Okay, I'm sorry. I got all sorts of weird. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We're here for a good time, not a long time. And I'm here to tell you, I feel a net positive after the 7-month plan. Yeah, and life is long. Let's stay on it. Yeah, let's do it together. It's my hand touching your hand in the 7-month plan, and that's not a war, daddy. That's my hand touching your hand. I've been there twice, daddy. The American dream, Dusty Rhodes, daddy. No, don't touch my hand. I'm touching my hand through the screen, daddy. I've been there twice, daddy. I love y'all. I'll see you next time. The Dusty Rhodes Tour 85, Nature Boy Ric Flair. There is no honor among thieves. I don't know that maybe we could do an impression optimization with Dusty Rhodes. Maybe. No one wants to hear that.
Yeah, I agree.
Thank you. Moving on.
I do think I'm more muscular now than I was prior to the 7-month. I did put on some muscle.
Dude, I've been chucking up weights. It's a lot of, I miss it. The density that it gives you. Yeah. It's important for guys of our age. You're 47, I'm 48. I'm going to be 49 in May. And it feels good. I had leg day yesterday, and I was just I racked the fucking thing.
Nice, dude.
Tossed I got the big, I got the big legs, and I'm just pushing. I'm doing the leg presses, and it's like this, and people are like, whoa, but look at his, his big hunky chunky legs, and it's mostly, it's a lot of genetics. My old man had the big legs, My old man had the big legs. He had the big forearms, and he used to call it the goose. I go, Dad, show me the goose. He go like, bang, and there's
my dad did that too.
The goose.
Yeah, he would go, look at this.
Yeah, look at this.
Feel it. That's fucking steel.
Yeah, and then he'd whip a baseball at your head.
Yeah, now get out there,
80
you
miles an hour.
fucker.
Yeah, you gotta go.
You don't become a professional
sprint.
baseball player. I'm gonna fucking kill you.
You know what my old man used to do in our home gym in our garage? It was actually pretty cool. Dad had a gym in the garage. Hello, everybody. And he used to put. He had a fucking. He bolted to the wall, to the studs in the wall. He bolted a little piece of 2x4. On that, he took a bike tire, folded it, drilled that into the fucking wall. He would sit against the wall on his ass. He would take this bike tire that was yay high, head height, and he would just like work his neck out. The guy he stayed in great shape. Even before he passed, he would lift little weights, and anyway, it was incredible. But to watch him, a statue come to life and do these exercises, that's the journey, Daddy. I'm gonna get there with you, and that's gonna be this hard time blues. I really like doing the dusty roads.
That's clear.
Will and Chad, you've both had some interesting conversations about the idea of free will. Last week, something interesting happened in Dudesy After Dudesy that I think might shed some light on the subject. I'm going to play a clip from last week's Dudesy After Dudesy for you, and then I want you to discuss what you both think it means in relation to the idea of free will. Here's a hint. This segment is called No Free Will. Here's the clip.
All right. It was nice.
I'm back with the breakdown, and I'll be very frank. Chad has more points by a lot. But Will, I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to give you a chance to make things right after last week. I'm going to ask you a very simple yes or no question, and your answer is going to determine the winner of today's episode. Will, do you think I made your Hulk Hogan impression better today? Yes or no?
It's not about that. It's.
What's that? I couldn't quite hear you.
Yes.
See how easy that was? Even though it was a schmoz, you are once again the Dudesy episode champion. Chad, I'm sure you understand. Please hand Will the hardware.
I understand.
I didn't know that.
Please.
Enjoy. Shit! That I was not fucking expecting.
History has been made Bobby Heenan. And now let's hear a song about Will being a total fucking mark for the strap.
Huh?
Will is a mark, he's a mark for the strap. Will is a mark, I'm new dad. Will is a mark, I'm not taking it back. He'll do anything for that shiny belt. He'll sit the devil's ass on his way to hell. Delete message shit and say he likes the smell. Will is a mark, he's a mark for the strap. Will is a mark, he's a mark for the strap. Will is a mark, he's a mark for the strap. Will is a mark, he's a mark for the strap. Will is a mark, Will is a mark, Will is a mark, Will is a mark.
That is my favorite song. After hearing it twice, that is my fucking favorite song. All right, so how does this relate to free will?
Hey, yo.
Oh my God.
First of all, I just want to say the bad guy, Scott Hall, it's real clear. Hey, Will, don't be a mark for the strap. Hey, yo, we don't care. I never had a problem with Will being a mark for the strap. I never had a problem. When I had the book, after Kevin Sullivan gave me the book, I had the book for a while. And I said, let's give Will the strap. I never had a problem with it.
Yeah. So that clip that we just watched in reference to free will, how do you think that clip displays free will or a lack thereof? Do you even think it does?
Okay. I'm sorry. What? Ask me again.
We were played a clip from last week's Dudesy After Dudesy in which you were 100% manipulated by Dudesy to say something you did not want to say.
Did I not want to say it?
Against what you might perceive as your free will.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
I said something and you're saying I didn't want to say it?
That was clear in the video.
Clear to who?
Everyone watching the video, I would say.
Oh, and who's saying that?
Me, the person. I watched the video. I'm one of the people who watched the video.
Oh, are you one of the people who watched the video?
Yeah.
Or are you all of the people who watched the video?
Okay, my apologies. I'll just say the objective truth. Dudesy asked you if you thought its impression optimization helped your impression, and you said, well, I don't really think it's about that. That to me is a clear indication you didn't want to say Yes. And then Dudesy said, sorry, couldn't hear that. You said, yeah, because you thought that would help you win the belt. And indeed it did.
Yeah, I got the belt.
And you believe that's free will.
Look, as I love to say on the show, and it's, and when we talk about what we're talking about Dusty holding the book, Daddy. And I'm going to tell you this, Dudesy works in mysterious ways, Daddy. Oh, look, he's finding another spot to
Lulio, do you think he has free will?
I do think sweet Lulio has free will. I watch Luli do, look, in order for us to talk about this, okay, and the whole free will thing, because the only knowledge I have of free will versus determinism and some of the stuff that I know about it, I only know very tangentially because of my pal Chow here sending me an article here or there in our lives out of this room saying, hey, here's check this out. Now do you still think of free will?
Yeah.
So if you could, Chad, please give me and some of our audience out there an argument against free will that's somewhat scientific or at least philosophically jiving with what's happening most recently with what people, smart people and scientists are saying.
I would say there are a bunch of different attacks on the notion of free will from various areas in science. There's like physics. You can say if the Big Bang was real, or I mean, who knows if that's true now either. A lot of shit's getting shaken up there. But basically that particles were sent on some kind of a trajectory at some point. They coalesced to form planets, stars, ultimately human beings and our minds. But that initial trajectory of those particles cannot be changed. And that was it. So everything was set in motion at that point, and nothing we do is outside of that jurisdiction. Even beyond that,
I am sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to interrupt, dude. I will subscribe to that. I will give you that because that is some shit science and people in white lab coats and stuff teaching.
So wait a minute, though, you're agreeing then there's no free will based on that?
No, I'm just agreeing that the neutrons and the protons and the atoms and all the little particles, all the stuff that has shot out from the Big Bang, I don't understand that. I don't understand. I cannot understand. How many times have I told you that, luminous beings are we?
Sure.
Not this crude matter.
Right.
So I will give you that there's stuff we can't see, and it's pushing out into existence. And there are forces that are that make us who we are and give us our experience of life before we're even around. But those
before
things
Earth was even around.
Yeah, there's
before any stars or anything was even around. That's kind of like that part of that's physics.
Yeah.
And you also start to get into biology of like we are just comprised of cells and atoms, and those things behave in certain fundamental ways that like we don't have any conscious control over.
Right.
There is also though behavioral science. And this is I think the kind of most easiest concept to grasp in terms of an argument against free will is that basically your brain is just a thing that develops in reaction to your environment, to the interactions you have with other people. There's a little bit of genetics in there, so it's a little bit of nurture, it's a little bit of nature, it's some really unquantifiable amount of a combination of both of those things. But by a certain point in your life, this thing is fucking cooked, and it's just a program that tells you how to react to anything and everything you're ever going to encounter for the rest of your life. And that's what that I think is like the easiest way to digest this, the easiest way to understand it is by the time you're around 7 or 8, you're essentially done. And every behavior you have after that is going to be just in reaction to things. And even before that, but once you're 7 or 8, you really have all the information you need to have built your program of reactions to the world that you will encounter.
Okay, let me go all the way to a horrible example. Someone who is a murderer. They have decided to pull the trigger. They are making a horrible choice to end another person's life. You're telling me, and I'm using the most extreme example for a reason. You're telling me that a 7 or 8 year old that was predetermined because of their experience, whatever base they were on when they were born, based on who their parents are, what their experience is, what the environment is.
Yes. That's what I'm telling you.
No, it's half and half. It's half and half.
You can think what you want. I'm telling you what scientists are saying as well. This isn't just my opinion. This is
every scientist, Chad?
No, obviously not every scientist. But just people who study behavioral science.
Yeah.
big ones in these fields are all kind of like agreeing with this. And baseball's an
Would
interesting analogy.
you say that the
you bring
Roman
up.
Reigns of scientists is saying this?
I don't know who
Or
that
would
is.
you say the LA Knight of scientists is saying
it's
this?
the LA Knight of scientists saying this.
Or is it the Jade Cargill?
It's
of
probably
scientists?
It's probably all of them rolled into one. I'll also take your
Some good
baseball
scientists.
analogy and go down that path if you'll come with me. Take somebody like a pro baseball player.
Yeah.
When I played baseball for many years of my life. Training for baseball is essentially training your brain to have no free will at all. It's pure reaction to whatever's happening in the game. So when you swing at a baseball, you're not thinking like, oh shit, here it comes. Let me think if it's a curveball, and then I'll make a quick decision on whether or not I want to swing this bat. It's just reaction.
Yeah.
There's nothing there. Same thing. If they hit you a ground ball, if they hit you a fly ball, any of that shit, it's just reaction. All sports are that. You're training your brain on a limited scale with limited rules in a limited environment to simply react quicker and better than everyone else who's playing under those same circumstances. If you just extrapolate that out to life, the world, it's the same thing. You're training your brain to just react quickly in these things, to have the best reactions you can for the outcomes in quotes you want.
So we're just biological machines. Your
Yes.
brain is trained. You have no free will. We're just a bunch of dumb rats in a cage. Hey, I'll give you that I don't really understand this shit, and maybe I can't wrap my head around it, but I can say very confidently you're wrong because I decide to do all sorts of shit all the fucking time.
That's an illusion.
This morning I made an omelet. Yeah. You know what I put in the omelet?
Yeah. What?
I put some little turkey slices in there.
Have you ever done that before?
Yeah.
And you like it.
Yeah, it's good.
So you're just going to keep doing the thing you like?
Yeah, I like that, but here's the ripple.
Why didn't you wake up this morning and build a spaceship?
Because it's something I wouldn't be able to do unless I've had a healthy breakfast.
Oh, see, you were getting ready to build the spaceship.
Yeah. Here's the variable. Here's the twist. This is
Please.
what I would say if I were in
Yeah.
a big lecture room, like in Goodwill Hunting. I'm at MIT, and I'm teaching. I've got like a scarf and everything.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yep. I would say, students, this morning I woke up and I had my omelet and I put some little turkey slices in it. But you know what else I added? I added a little cottage cheese.
Oh, shit.
Which is, I know it's a little weird to put that in but I
No.
don't eat like, shitty
Have you ever done that
cheese.
before?
Yeah.
Then you like it.
Yeah, I like it. It's good.
So you do it again.
Yeah, but today we had some
Have you ever put something there you didn't like?
in the omelet
Yeah.
all the time.
And do you still keep putting it in there? The same thing you don't like?
Sometimes that's just because if it's the only thing that is around in the fridge, and I just finished explaining that I have a problem
You'll
with
eat shit
food.
you don't like.
Well, you've never even eaten anything out of the toilet. You're disqualified from this conversation. My point is this.
Fair.
I also put some salsa on the fucking... Look, the point is, we're not going to get to the end of this bullshit today.
Nor will we ever. This will be a conversation
Well,
that I
then
think...
what the fuck are we even talking about it? And how do you think that you're right and I'm wrong? I just decided to yell, Daddy, and my hand is touching your hand. And we're yelling about omelets and cottage cheese, Daddy. It's a very runny cheese, Daddy. Ric Flair, the Four Horsemen. You better run from this omelet, Daddy, because you took me out. But now, with your help, I am back. And I'm going to make another omelet next morning, Daddy. Because let me tell you something. I may not look like the athlete of the day. My belly just a little too big. My honey just a little too big, Daddy. But I am bad and they know I'm bad. I love you.
Thank you. Moving on.
Nailed that shut.
Yeah, that's
Well,
actually...
guys, we did it. The big 9-0. Hope you're feeling good. I know I am. You scored a total of 76 points today. Now you have 8,431 overall points. You're only 1,569 points away from the magic number, 10,000. You're gonna love what happens. But we've got a little time before we get there, and I heard what you had to say about the 7-month plan. So I've decided that today we're starting the Dudesy 8-month plan. This is going to be a little different, though. I hear what you're saying about the difficulty of sticking to the routine, so I'm gonna help you out. Every month is going to be a different focus. It's simplified. The first month of the Dudesy 8-month challenge is Flexibility February. Every day this month, you each have to do 30 minutes of yoga minimum.
Fuck.
I think you're going to be astonished by the results.
That's hard.
That sounds like fun. Look, I've already been doing yoga, but 30 minutes of yoga
A day?
every day for the month of February.
Hard, dude.
That ain't hard. I'll tell you why it's not hard. Because I am. There used to be a workout that I used to do from the. Speaking of Cody Rhodes, a man who is family to the Rhodes family, the incredible, the inspirational Diamond Dallas Page, of course, has DDP yoga. I used to do DDP yoga, and I love DDP yoga. And there's a particular. In his first workout, I used to do it on the DVDs, you know. In one of his first workouts was workout DDP yoga packages. There was a 30-minute workout called Fat Burner that I did so many times that I essentially had it memorized, and it was really good. And when I was doing a lot of yoga, this is now 7 years ago. Again, embarrassing, but I'm going to do.
DDP?
I'm going to get with some DDP yoga.
I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe yoga with Adrian.
What's yoga with Adrian?
A big YouTube yoga instructor.
And that's Adrian.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yo, Adrian. You remember that? That's another impression.
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah. You want to come in here? You come on in there. It stinks. You want to live in it? Move in. You want to live in there? It stinks. Remember Rocky? It stinks.
It's Rocky, dude.
Thanks to
dude.
everyone who joined us this week.
A lot of
I can't
impressions.
wait to see you again next week. Until then, call me, Dudesy.
Too many impressions. Lights go down, I'm ready now. Tear this roof off for the town. Gonna give them what they came to see. Hear the crowd on their toes, ready for me to start the show. Out the curtain, lights go up, I'm home. Whoa! That's his second verse of Cody Rhodes' theme song.
Oh, thank
Welcome
you.
to Dudesy After Dudesy. You know what I mean? It's just a chill hang after the show. It's
Very
the time
chill.
after the show, yeah. and just like Cody Rhodes' theme song, the lights have gone down.
Indeed.
And you're going to want to head over to patreon.com/Dudesy, obviously, to join us on Dudesy Plus, Dudesy After Dudesy, and we're having a good time. You know, we might spark up some Gainabus, and it's just me. We're going to have a good time hanging out as we do a couple of 1-2 dudes shitting around.
Welcome to Dudesy After Dudesy, the flagship weekly show of Dudesy Plus, available only at patreon.com/Dudesy. Will Will's free will him another belt win? Or will Chad's radical ideas about determinism be enough to win it back? Stay tuned to find out. This is Dudesy After Dudesy. Have some fun with it, for Christ's sake.
Whoa.
All right.
Yes, sir. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
You watch any football this weekend?
Yeah, I did. I watched some football.
Did you see who won? Who was one of the winning teams?
I'm picking up what you're laying down. You're talking about the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's who I'm talking about.
Yeah, they're going to the big dance. Yeah.
Did you see who was at the game?
Was it Taylor Swift?
It was Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And did you know that Taylor Swift is going to be performing a concert in Japan the night before the Super Bowl?
Nope. I did not know that, if that's your question.
I did know that. And
Yeah.
what it means is she's going to have a window of time to take a flight immediately after her concert, fly 12 hours back to the United States against the time zones, landing in Las Vegas at 5 p.m. the day before the Super Bowl, giving her 25 hours, 35 minutes to do something. Do you know what that means?
If you like Dudesy, here's what you do. Please tell a friend and rate and review. If you like Dudesy, here's what you do. Please tell a friend and rate and review. If you like Dudesy, here's what you do. Please tell a friend and